July 15th, my birthday, and my parents surprised me with a surprise trip on Amtrak. So we're here at the Moynihan Train Hall at Penn Station, and we're going to catch the Acela Express from New York Penn to question mark. I have no idea where it is. Let's go. This birthday has been one surprise after another. I didn't even know I was going to the Moynihan Train Hall this morning. Moynihan Train Hall is the newest train hall in New York City, and it opened to the public on January 1st, 2021, or New Year's Day. The train services currently provided in Moynihan Train Hall are by Amtrak and the Long Island Railroad. The Rhode Island Railroad and New Jersey Transit are still using the old Penn Station building across the road. The hall is named after Daniel Patrick Moynihan, the U.S. Senator who had originally championed the plan. The building's exterior resembles that of the original Penn Station. Both buildings were designed by the same architect, McKim, Mead & White, in the Beaux Arts style. I've seen it on YouTube, I've seen it in my train magazine, but nothing compares it to when I see the Moynihan Train Hall in real life. See for yourself. It's beautiful, isn't it? This time, the hall only had very limited dining options, which were the Magnolia Bakery, Starbucks, and Blue Bottle. Very limited. But they are scheduled to expand their dining and shopping options moving forward. Hopefully, it will be as nice as St. Pancras International train station in London. Other than the train hall, my other birthday surprise was riding the Acela. It's been my dream for my whole life to ride the Acela Express on the Northeast Corridor.
Why?
Well, just that the West Coast doesn't really have any electrification yet, so this is like the East Coast has the only high-speed trains technically here in America. Now, it's time to find out where our surprise destination is. Do you have any guesses? My mom and dad told me to look at the board to see where we're going. And it's Washington, D.C. I'm going to the Capitol. So there's only two classes in Acela trains. There's business, which is and first class, which is back at the front of the train. And the lowest you can see it only right behind Cafe Club. So I look at it. So one really is 2-3 heads to DC. So we just pulled out of Penn Station and we just went and Hudson to and we are now in New Jersey. So the next stop is Newark Penn Station. Not Newark Penn Station, Newark, New Jersey. We're on the approaching Philadelphia Station. So next time we're going to Dover, just before Philadelphia 30th Street, and we're going to walk around the train a bit. So this part right over here is the accessible part of the windows. So we're going to go back along here. And we got some luggage storage over here, some trash. Be careful while crossing these train cars. Cafe Club has a good variety of selections to choose from. Hot, whether it's hot or cold. Like this orange juice. And they also have some seating right here in case you don't want to go back to your car and you just want to drink. Or right now going into Wilmington, Delaware. We just passed the Amtrak Wilmington, Delaware yards and workshop. And we're going to be coming into Wilmington and we're now arriving into Wilmington, Delaware. And fun fact, President Biden is actually from Wilmington, Delaware. He's also a big fan of Amtrak, like I am. Talk about what's on my Amtrak hat. So it's basically the Amtrak logo currently, and then a bit of flipped over phase 2 on the back. And then there's also some pins here. So we got an Amtrak phase 3 F40PH, a Cascade Cirrus SC44 Charger locomotive, West Coast, irregular Genesis P42 DC, and then lastly the Santa Fe F7. So that's all the pins, and yeah, this is it. It took us about 3 hours to get in between from New York to Washington, D.C. We took the earliest train out of New York, and it was still morning when we got to D.C. Washington Union Station is a major train station, transportation hub, and leisure destination in Washington, D.C. Opened in 1907, it is Amtrak's headquarters and the railroad's second busiest station with annual ridership of just under 5 million, and the 9th busiest in overall passengers served in the United States. By the way, 2021 marks Amtrak's 50th year anniversary since the first service in 1971. Washington Union Station's interiors are just exceptional. Let me take you to the Great Hall. The exterior facade of Union Station spans a whopping 600 feet. We are now at the Supreme Court building here in Washington, D.C. of the United States of America. And it says, "Equal justice under law." The United States Capitol, often called the Capitol or the Capitol Building, is the meeting place of the United States Congress and the seat of the legislative branch of the U.S. federal government. Thomas Jefferson insisted that the legislative building be called the Capitol rather than Congress House. The word Capitol comes from Latin and is associated with the Temple of Jupiter Optimus Maximus on Capitoline Hill, one of the 7 hills of Rome. Quick look inside the United States Botanic Garden Conservatory. We are finally on the hop-on, hop-off bus. Let's explore Washington, D.C. together. Okay, here we go. We usually like seating on the top deck of the bus. That way we can see more. And right here is the National Museum of African American History. And this is the Washington Monument. I've actually given it a nickname. Looks familiar, doesn't it? That's because our friendly neighborhood Spider-Man actually crawled on this during the movie Spider-Man Homecoming. And here's Spidey about to save his classmates from trouble. Nice. Right over there is the Thomas Jefferson Memorial. And here we are crossing the Potomac. As you can see, I have myself a little neck fan. It was pretty hot out there. We are now at the National Mall. Here's the water behind me and leading up to the Washington Monument. And we are going to visit the Lincoln Memorial. Let's go. The Lincoln Memorial is a U.S. national memorial built to honor the 16th President of the United States, Abraham Lincoln. It has always been a major tourist attraction, and since the 1930s has sometimes been a symbolic center focused on race relations. The building is in the form of a Greek Doric temple and contains a large seated sculpture of Abraham Lincoln and inscriptions of 2 of well-known speeches by Lincoln, the Gettysburg Address and his second inaugural address. The memorial has been the site of many famous speeches, including Martin Luther King Jr.'s I Have a Dream speech, delivered on August 28, 1963, during the rally at the end of March on Washington for Jobs and Freedom. So we're at a refreshment area, eating lunch right now. I actually have a recommendation for all of you aviators out there like me. So if you want to see Abraham Lincoln and his memorial, and see the National Mall, and have food conveniently close by, and drinks, you should come here. Also, if you're an aviator just like me, I'm pretty sure this is the approach into Reagan, so we're gonna see a lot of regional jets in Southwest. Now hopped on the bus again. Cemetery, where my favorite president, John F. Kennedy, is buried. National Gallery of Art. More of downtown DC, and here is the Capital One Arena, home of the Washington Wizards. And here we are at DC's version of Chinatown. And here is St. Patrick's Church. And here is the Department of Treasury. Hello, Mr. Alexander Hamilton.
Are you ready for what's behind me? Are you ready to see it? Of course you are ready to see it. It's the White House. Hello, Mr. President Biden. Hello,
First Lady Biden, Dr. Biden.
I guess we can only see it during the holidays. We were happy to visit the White House Visitor Center. The Visitor Center has so much memorabilia of all the presidents and their families who lived in the White House, even food. And here we could see a mock-up of the White House and what it might look like from the air. The American eagle is one of the most resilient symbols of America. For me, it means that America can soar to greater heights. Here is an interesting presentation about the food that the presidents liked. As a foodie myself, I enjoyed discovering this. This is one example of how President Reagan really loved jelly beans. The gift shop had really nice Christmas ornaments. I just want to give a quick shout out to Mommy and Daddy who gave me this birthday trip. I am especially grateful. And that's how I celebrated my birthday. I went to the capital of Washington, D.C., and I rode on the Acela there. I hope you enjoyed this, T3 friends. Don't forget to click like and subscribe. Also, smash that notification bell down below so you don't miss out on new videos for the channel. Until next time, T3 friends, I'm jetting out. Bye!